Okay, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This is the first lesson that we are going to do today of Oliver Twist. I hope you remember the story up till now. So, just to summarize it, what we had read that Oliver was born in a workhouse, and his mother died while when he was born. He stayed there for some time and was not treated very properly. They were given he and the other boys were just given a bowl of soup to drink. So once he asked for more, for which he was punished and sent to Mr. and Mrs. Sowerberry. He was sold to them actually. No, and there also he was not treated properly. He met a boy there who was very cruel to him, talked ill about his mother, beat him up and all. And he was closed into a room where he was beaten very badly for no crime of his. No. So what he decided was that he will run away from there and will go and start living somewhere else. Na? So find some other good people to share his life with. So at the end of chapter 3, we learned that he runs out of their house. Okay, so let's begin. Chapter 4 begins with London. Anna. So he's going to be there in London, I suppose. Okay, let's begin. Oliver looked to the right and to the left, not knowing where to go. Now, when he came out of the house, he had never come out of the house, of that coffin shop where he used to stay. So he never knew which way to go, which side to go to, where to run. So he remembered seeing the carts. He remembered seeing the carts as they left the town going up the hill. So from the window, he must have watched that when the carts used to leave the town, they used to go up the hill. So he thought that that must be the way to go out of the town. So he also took the same road. He ran, afraid that he might be followed and caught. So if you remember, Beta, he just as the first ray of the sun came from the window, he closed the door and came out. No? So he kept looking behind him to see that if Mr. Sowerberry or Mrs. Sowerberry don't wake up and catch him and pull him back into the house again. At last, he sat down by a milestone. The milestone showed that it was just 70 miles to London. So milestone is the stone which we get on the side, which tell us how many kilometers are left. Supposing I'm going to Kanpur or going to Lucknow, then that milestone will keep telling me how many more kilometers are left. So after he had walked some, he just sat there and he saw that on the milestone it was written that it was 70 miles to London. To reach London, there were still 70 miles to cover. London, that great big place. Nobody, not even Mr. Bumble, who could find him there. Mr. Bumble, remember, he was the person who was in charge of the workhouse. So he was thinking that if he reaches London, if he goes that far, if he can travel 70 miles and reach London, then no one will be able to catch him. Okay. He had a piece of dry bread, an old shirt, 2 pairs of socks. He had a penny too. So what he had with him was a piece of dry bread, an old shirt, 1 shirt he had, and 2 pairs of socks and a penny. Just a penny he had. But these will not help me to walk 70 miles in winter time, he thought. So because he was not able to carry much with him, so he thought, I don't know whether I'll be able to survive the 70 miles with such a small amount of money and with just a piece of dry bread. But still he walked. He didn't have any choice. He walked 20 miles that day. All the time he ate nothing but the piece of dry bread and had a few drinks of water. So for the first day he walked 20 miles, and in between when he felt hungry, he had that bread and had water. When night came, he slept in a field. So after he had walked 20 miles, when the night came, he slept in the open field. He was frightened at first and very cold and hungry. Obviously, while he was just eating a piece of dry bread, you can't just fulfill everything. You know? So he also was feeling hungry. He was cold. There was no bed on which he could sleep. And he was frightened also, small little boy. But he was very tired and he soon fell asleep and forgot his troubles. But after lying there in the field for some time, he fell asleep. He was so tired of walking 20 miles. So he forgot everything, went off to deep sleep. Okay. Next morning, he was cold and he was so hungry that he had to spend his penny on the bread. Okay, so next morning when he woke up, it was cold and he was hungry because last day also he didn't have much, just a piece of bread. And he saw whatever money he had 1 penny with him, so he spent that penny on the bread. He walked only 12 miles that day. So the second day he just traveled 12 miles, first 20, then 12. Another night in the cold air made him worse. His feet hurt and his legs felt weak. He could hardly walk. So now 2 days he had been walking, 20 plus 12, and he didn't have any proper meal, no bed to sleep on, sleeping in the field. And because of walking so much, his feet hurt like anything. His legs were feeling weak because he didn't have the strength to walk any further. He was in a terrible condition. As the day passed, he grew weaker. A man gave him a meal of bread and cheese. An old lady gave him food and some kind words. Without this, he would have fallen dead on the road. Now, on the way, while he was walking some miles every day, he met some kind people. He met a man who gave him some bread and cheese. Then he met a old lady who gave him food and some kind words, means spoke nicely. Arey beta, you must be tired. Where are you going? Na, अच्छे से बात की उससे. And because of these kind people only, he was walking. He had the strength to walk. Otherwise, he would have fallen dead. Early on the 7th morning, Oliver walked slowly into the little town of Barnet, a few miles from London. So on the 7th day, from walking slowly, eating something, eating nothing, sleeping anywhere, he reached a small town of Barnet, a few miles from London, the outskirts maybe. You know? Okay, let's move a little. The streets were empty. Oliver sat on a doorstep. He was covered in dust and there was blood on his feet. So when he entered that town, he sat at somebody's doorstep. And he was covered in dust. He was filthy. He hadn't not taken baths, slept in the fields, and all mud everywhere. And there was blood on his feet because of walking so much. People began to pass, but no one spoke to him. Then he saw a boy looking at him. The boy walked up to Oliver. Hello, what's the trouble? Now nobody seemed to care that he was sitting there bleeding, hungry, dirty. Nobody spoke to him. But a boy came up to him. He asked him, hello, what's your trouble? Kya parishani hai? What happened? Why are you sitting at the doorstep like this? He was a strange boy. He was about Oliver's age, but he behaved like a man. He was of the same age as Oliver was, but he was appearing as though he was a man, behaving as though he was a grown-up man. He wore a man's coat which reached nearly to his feet, and a man's hat which looked as if it would fall off at any moment. He was trying to behave as a man and as a grown-up man. So he was wearing a big coat which was not his, and it reached nearly his feet. पैरों तक पहुंच रहा था वो coat. It was like a big overcoat like that. A man's hat, a big hat, which could have fallen any moment because it was too big for him. But still, he was wearing it. Okay. What is it? He asked Oliver. I am very hungry and tired, said Oliver. I have been walking for 7 days. The tears rose to his eyes. Then he asked again. That boy asked Oliver again, what is it? What is the trouble? Why are you sitting like this on the doorstep? So at last Oliver said, I'm very hungry and I'm just tired. And I have been walking for 7 days. And the tears came in his eyes because he was hurt. 7 days, said the boy. Oh, I see. You need food. I'll pay for you. Up you get. So that boy was decent enough, kind enough. And he said, okay, oh my God, 7 days you have been walking. Oh, so that is why you are like this, in this condition, so dirty and weak and blood oozing out from your feet. Doesn't matter. I think you need food. So come, I'll feed you. I'll pay for it. Up you get. Utho, chalo. He helped Oliver to rise and took him to an inn where Oliver had a good meal with his new friend. Inn is a small restaurant sort of thing. Okay. So he helped Oliver. They went to an inn where he asked for food to be served, and Oliver had his food with his new friend. Okay. Going to London, said the strange boy, when Oliver had at last finished. So the strange boy asked Oliver, okay, now you have eaten, you know, so now can you speak? Are you going to London? So Oliver said, yes, I'm going to London. Have you got anywhere to stay? No. Do you live in London? Said Oliver. So he then asked, okay, you are going to London. Do you have a place to stay? Do you know anyone there? So he says, no. So then Oliver asks again, do you live in London? Asks his new friend that, do you live in London? Yes, I do. When I am at home, जब मैं घर पे होता हूँ, तब मैं लंदन में मेरे पास एक घर है. I go there, otherwise I am out on work. I suppose you want somewhere to sleep tonight, don't you? So that new friend asked him, I suppose you will need somewhere to sleep. Now you have had your food, now you need rest because you look very, very tired. So Oliver says, yes, I need a place to sleep. Don't trouble yourself any more about it, said the boy. I'm going to London tonight and I know an old gentleman who will give you a bed for nothing. He knows me very well. So the new friend of his tells him that, okay, don't worry. Now that you are fed, now I am also going to London. So both of us are going to go to an old gentleman. He's very kind and he will give you a bed to sleep. I know him very well. He will not refuse. Oliver found that the boy's name was Jack Dawkins. Jack refused to enter London before dark. So it was nearly 11 o'clock before they reached the city. Now, after some time, he came to know that the new friend's name was Jack Dawkins. And Jack refused to enter London before dark. So he waited when night fall. So it was till 11 o'clock they waited when they reached the city. He walked fast and Oliver followed him down a narrow street into one of the dirtiest places he had ever seen. Now, this boy, Jack, took Oliver to a place which was in a very narrow street, and that street was filthy. It was very, very dirty. Oliver began to think that he ought to run away. But suddenly, Dawkins caught him by the arm, pushed open the door of a house, and pulled him inside. Now, Oliver, when he saw that dirty, filthy-looking street, then he started wondering, should he go with this boy Jack, or should he just run away and go somewhere else? And before he could run away, this boy Jack caught hold of his arm and pushed open the door of the house and pulled him inside before he changes his mind. Dawkins took Oliver's hand and helped him up the dark and broken stairs. He threw open the door of a room and drew Oliver in after him. So when he opened the door, there were stairs there. He caught hold of Oliver's hand and they both climbed the stairs, broken stairs, tutti-putti stairs, thi ganda sa jagah thi. And he threw open the door of a room and drew Oliver in after him. So both of them entered into the room after climbing the stairs. The walls of the room were completely black with age and dirt. Some meat was cooking over the fire. Now, this room itself, the walls were very dirty. They were almost black. When you don't paint your house for years, it becomes black with dust, with filth, with cooking smoke and everything, So it was really very dirty, but some meat was being cooked over the fire in the room. There was a very old man standing by the fire. His name was Fagin. And there was a man present in the room and he was standing near the fire seeing that how the meat is being cooked. And his name was Fagin. He was dressed in dirty clothes. His evil-looking face was half hidden by his red hair. And he too, that man Fagin, was also dressed in very dirty clothes. So nothing was neat and clean. The street was dirty, the room was dirty, the stairs were broken. This man was also in dirty clothes. And half of his face was hidden with his red overgrown hairs. He seemed to be dividing his attention between the meat and on the line on which a lot of silk handkerchiefs were hanging. So this man, he was being attentive to the meat also being cooked on the stove, and he was having a look at the silk handkerchiefs which were hanging on the line. रस्सी पे silk handkerchiefs सूख रहे थे, उसको भी देख रहा था. तो एक नजर से silk handkerchiefs को देख रहा था और एक नजर से खाना भी बना रहा था. Several rough beds were placed side by side on the floor. 4 or 5 boys were sitting round the table. they were smoking long pipes like men. So besides this old evil looking man, there were 4 or 5 boys also there, and they were sitting around the table and they were smoking long pipes like men. So all the boys were behaving as if they were grown up men. They were not behaving like small children. This is Oliver Twist, said Jack Dawkins. The old man took Oliver by the hand and said that he hoped to have the honor of his friendship. So Jack introduced Oliver to the Feggins and he says, this is Oliver Twist. So the old man also shook hand and say, okay, I would like to be friends with you. Then the young men with the pipes came round and shook both Oliver's hand very hard, especially the hand in which he held his handkerchief. So very decently, very like a good children, all the 4 or 5 boys also got up and they shook hands with him, especially the hand in which he was holding his handkerchief. And in the handkerchief, he had some things. One young man was anxious to hang up his cap for him, and another put his hands in Oliver's pockets to save Oliver the trouble of emptying them before he went to bed. So everyone was trying to be very friendly. Somebody took his cap for him to hang it. Somebody emptied his pockets. They put their hands into his pockets to see that he doesn't have anything, or if he has, they took it out for him so that he can relax now. We are very glad to see you, Oliver, said Feggins. Ah, you are looking at all those pocket handkerchiefs. We have just got them ready to wash. That's all, Oliver. That's all. Ha ha ha. So Feggins say, okay, we are all glad to have you. One more member has been added to our family. You are welcome to this family. But then he saw that Oliver was looking at the handkerchiefs which were drying on the line. No? So he said, aha, so you are looking at those pocket handkerchiefs. We have just washed them. That's it. That's all. Nothing else. Abhi धो के डाले हैं, बस और कोई खास बात नहीं है. So he starts laughing like it's a joke. The boys all laughed at this and they began to have their supper. The boys also laughed with the old man and they started having the supper. Oliver ate with them. Then they gave him a bed on the floor and he fell into a deep sleep. So they offered him a bed and he fell off to sleep. Now, after days of hard work, traveling, at least he had a place to sleep and he got a nice meal to have. So he went off to deep sleep. Okay, so this finishes the lesson, and I think we have here. There's a photograph of this boy. This is Jack. See what a big cap he's wearing. He's wearing a big cap, overgrown coat. So this is Jack. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the lesson. Now let's do the question answers. Just a second. Okay, let's move. Chapter 4, London. We finished just now. Let's do the question answer. How far was it to London? So it was 70 miles to London. It was written on that milestone, 70 miles to London. What town did Oliver reach on the 7th morning? So where did he reach on the 7th day after walking for so many miles? Oliver reached the little town of Barnet on the 7th morning. So he reached this town. What was the strange boy's name? Strange boy's name, the friend he got there in the town was asking him where he was going, what he was doing, why he looked so troubled. So the strange boy's name was Jack Dawkins. What things were hanging on the line? So a lot of silk handkerchiefs were hanging on the line. Remember, he was looking at the line on the rassi, line. That's why so many handkerchiefs were hanging, and the old man was joking about it that, oh, nothing, we just washed it. So one sentence answers, they are not very big one. I hope you have understood. Okay, so we end this video today. We'll meet in the next video. So bye for now. Take care, beta. Bye everyone.